you're watching Fiji Today. A historic day for Fiji's national airline, Air Pacific, and a proud day for all Fijians as Air Pacific announces the purchasing of 3 new Airbus A330-200 aircraft. This will replace its current fleet of Boeing 747 and Boeing 767 aircraft.
A significant milestone over the past 60 years has been achieved with Air Pacific purchasing new wide-body airplanes. These 3 brand new Airbus A330-200 aircraft will arrive in early 2013. It will be operated on flights to Fiji from Sydney, Auckland, Hong Kong and Los Angeles.
But let me tell you a little bit more about these airplanes and what they're going to mean to us. First and foremost, the very first A330-200 will be arriving in Nandi on March of 2013. The other 2 will be delivered later that year. These 3 brand new airplanes will be replacing our current wide-body fleet of 2 jumbo jets, 2 747s, and 1 767ER, 767-300ER. The new planes will feature the obvious, and that's going to be some state-of-the-art features inside the planes. Not only the planes themselves with their advanced avionics and aerodynamics, but inside the cabin, the seats, and seat-back in-flight entertainment, which for all of those of you in the room who have flown on our planes to date know is a challenge right now.
These new planes will also carry 20% more cargos than the current fleet. The new Airbus will have less impact on the environment.
The great thing here is I'm proud to be able to tell you that the A330-200s burn 45% less fuel than our 747-400 jumbo jets. So that's going to save the company millions of dollars a year in terms of fuel savings, and it will save the environment tens of millions of pounds and tons of carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere.
Each plane will cost US $200 million. Fiji National Provident Fund has also assisted Air Pacific for the down payment.
List price or the catalog price of the airplanes is about $200 million each, US. And then the way these things typically work is then the 80–85% of the financing actually will come offshore. And we've been in discussions already with the European credit agencies and then other banks in Europe to provide that financing.
Air Pacific signed a firm contract with Airbus Aircraft for the purchase of these aircrafts. Airbus is the leading aircraft manufacturer based in France.
Government continues to open up to competition, paving the way for the provision of gateway services by other telecommunication providers to offer such services as legislated under the 2008 Telecommunication Promulgation. Prime Minister Commodore Bainimarama says government's aim is to further modernize and provide better services to the people.
Aggressive in its stand to liberalize the telecommunications sector, Prime Minister Commodore Bainimarama says government's agenda is to modernize and provide better services to customers. Speaking at the Broadband Leadership Summit Plenary 4B, Megabits and MDGs in Geneva yesterday, the Prime Minister said by removing monopolies and placing a transparent system, this has significantly reduced tariffs on telecommunications, accessories and equipment. With Fiji recently launching its national broadband policy, the first for any South Pacific island country, PM Bainimarama added that government has also launched 3 telecentres around the country that provides accessibility of government services and programs to members of the public. Earlier this year, government also launched its Spectrum Plan, which allows for the reallocation of radio frequencies.
Meanwhile, the Attorney General and Minister for Civil Aviation Ayaz Sayed Qayyum says this signifies a bright future for the tourism industry.
For the tourism industry, we are positioning ourselves for the future. We are saying to the world, with the new introduction of the frequency of flights to Sydney from next year in January, with the introduction of new aircraft from 2013, we are saying to the rest of the world that we are ready and willing to compete, that we are ready and willing to offer you services and infrastructure that other countries can offer you also. So it is very much part and parcel of the modernization, the liberalization and the reforms that the Bainimarama government is bringing about.
Join us again after the break.